Can you kind of sketch for our audience the way that you view the political sphere? Like, what do you consider politics?
That's the hardest question, actually, apart from the question, what is left, which is even harder. But of course, they're interconnected, of course. But yeah, I think of the political in our context vis-a-vis the moral or the ethical. So I'll just say a word about the moral or the ethical, and then I think the political will be understood better. And it also continues what we just talked about, because when I think about moral or ethical discourses, they have to do with either generalized principles, and what follows or supposed to be following from them, or ethical sensitivities and being a good person or being evil. And all this is very, very abstract. And the political for me is first of all not abstract. It's first of all concrete. It's an understanding that goes, as you said, all the way down, but materially. So I'm actually thinking as a Marxist on politics. I think that the fact that philosophy and moral discourses and ethical justifications do their best to avoid the economic discourse, for example, or any empirical discourse, actually, historical discourses, tiny data, all the rich information that they want to bracket. I think the political brings it back. I mean, you cannot talk about, this is the example I discuss, as you surely know, very, very at length in the book, is the abolition. And all the discourse about slavery, when it comes to philosophers, it becomes a question of principles. What were the principles of convincing, of persuading for and against, all that, and not about the revolt. I mean, everyone forgets about, the revolt of the slaves themselves. And I think it is not a coincidence, because those philosophers who are, first of all, interested in the ethical justification of the abolition, they're thinking about themselves. I think they're thinking about white persons, privileged white person, maybe the intelligentsia, or, and how we should react to the reality of slavery. What position should we do? But they never think of themselves as the slaves themselves. I mean, or as black persons, or, as the oppressed person, or as Palestinians in my context. So it's just a question of us, and this us is very privileged, very white, and oops, sorry for that. And so the political for me is bringing that awareness back.